Long before skyscrapers pierced the clouds and subways carved beneath the streets, New York was sacred ground. It belonged to the Lenape, builders of pyramids, earthen mounds, and mystery schools that guarded libraries filled with knowledge older than time itself. But one ominous night, the Crusaders came. Word had spread of a tome, a book whispered to hold unspeakable power. Greedy kings from distant lands hungered for it. They sent their men across oceans, claiming to spread God's word. But their true mission was far more sinister. They slaughtered the innocent, torched generations of history, stole books by the thousands. The shamans had foreseen this night, and in desperation, they cast a curse upon the tome.
For every drop of blood that's spilled, let those who misuse this book share the same fate, consumed into eternal darkness.
When the Crusaders finally found it, the tome defied them. Every man who tried to seize it met a gruesome, twisted fate. The libraries burned. The people lay lifeless among the ash. History turned to smoke. And yet, one book survived. That cursed ground became home to today's Grand Army Plaza's Brooklyn Library. Jada was just another curious girl wandering the aisles that night, until she saw it, a strange book that didn't belong. Its spine seemed to breathe. Its cover whispered her name. Against her better judgment, she grabbed onto the book. She had a violent vision. She snapped the book shut and carried it to the front desk. But the librarian frowned. Strange, this book isn't in our system, she said. So Jada slipped it into her bag and took it home. Home was chaos, a mother drowning in bottles, silence where love should have been. At first, the words were hard to understand, but as she continued to look at the tome, the words began to shift, and the symbols became clear. The book was alive. The tome's laws appeared. Word is bond, blood seals the deal. You shall reap what you sow. Woe unto those who defile the tome. Jada's heart raced. She grabbed a fountain pen, pricked her finger, and let a drop of blood stain the page. Then she scrolled her first wish. I wish I had a better mother, one who is sober, attentive, who loves me. She waited and waited, but nothing happened. Jada laughed at her own foolishness. Happy endings weren't written for girls like her, she thought. She shoved the book into her nightstand and drifted to sleep. But Jada didn't know her life would never be the same again. The smell of pancakes filled the air. Laughter echoed from the kitchen. Her mother, sober, smiling. The wish had come true. Jada was in disbelief, overwhelmed with joy. And yet, there was something about her mother's smile that seemed a little off. At school, dread hit her. She forgot about a math test that was coming up today. She pulled the tome from her backpack and wrote, "Cancel today's math test." Moments later, the announcement came. "Attention students, we regret to inform you that Mrs. Skoblinski has been in an accident. The math exam is canceled until further notice." Jada's blood ran cold. The tome's power was real and deadly. She promised herself she wouldn't use it again. But temptation has a funny way of testing our strength. That afternoon, Billy the bully tripped Jada in the hallway, laughing with his friends as she hit the ground. Humiliated, Jada fled to the bathroom. Her hand shook as she opened the tome and wrote,
"Make it so Billy never torments me again. Turn the pain he inflicts on others back to him. He will never walk over anyone else again."
Moments later, a shriek tore through the hall. Billy had fallen down a flight of stairs, his legs broken, shattered beyond repair, his varsity dreams gone. Jada stood at the top of the stairwell, staring down at Billy, screaming in agony. Jada felt something inside her, something different, something she never felt before. No longer forced to be suppressed by others, she could take matters into her own hands. Jada continued to use her book to change her world and get revenge against all those who hurt her. But Jada's vengeance knew no bounds. She became worse than her bullies. If anyone or anything got into Jada's way, she would write their name in the tome, followed by something horrible she wished to see happen to them. But Jada justified all of her dirty deeds because for the first time in her life, she felt
powerful. But power always demands a price.
One night, Jada came home to a strange sound. Her mother was chanting a foreign language she never heard before.
Atakewe mashimeke, atakewe hozumekwe, atatune akakeshwe, bazambute nejenutwe.
Jada crept closer.
"I'm not your mother, dear."
Her mother turned, her face twisted into a grotesque grin. She ran down the hall trying to get away from her mother. They tussled in the stairwell until her mother slipped. Jada ran back to her room to retrieve the tome. She wanted to undo everything that was done, but when she got to the tome, something odd happened. The tome rejected her. It spat back the words to her.
"What is done cannot be undone."
Jada tried to rip the pages out, but that only defiled the tome. She has broken the rule. She has abused its power. The tome spoke.
"You have defiled the tome. Now you shall suffer the same fate of all those before you."
Jada was never seen again. Some say if you wander the Brooklyn Library late at night, you can still hear Jada's cries echoing between the aisles.